created great opportunities. Dom had the breakaway early on. We had in and around their box, I don't know how many times in the first half. Second half as well, I think we had 20 shots to 5. Tremendous performance by the guys. I thought we were very difficult to play against defensively. And you know, the only thing I can say is that we just didn't score outside of that. It was a great performance. We play like that on a regular basis. We're going to win a lot of games.
Sporting Kansas City were extremely unlucky tonight against 2013 MLS Cup foes Real Salt Lake. However, they created a lot of chances and looked extremely good in the midfield. Obviously, Peter Vermees was frustrated that they didn't win, but clearly from that clip, very proud of his team for their performance. My name is Isaac Knopf.
I'm Skylar Rolstad.
And this is The Last Touch. Welcome back to The Last Touch. The biggest storyline, of course, today was the MLS Cup rematch between Sporting Kansas City and Real Salt Lake. Definitely as evenly of a match as the one in December, however, several degrees warmer than that horrible night.
Yeah, certainly. It was a really fun game to watch with Beckerman and Rosell playing the D-mids for each respective team, and it was an incredible matchup in that respect in the midfield. Real Salt Lake was a little bit depleted on the wings, and with the national team players playing during the week, but that didn't take away from an incredible matchup and a really great performance from Sporting.
And while Real Salt Lake was lacking their national team stars, Sporting Kansas City's national team stars really stepped up tonight. Vermees was raving about Beasler's solid performance. He said that he has the best distribution skills and footwork out of any center back in Major League Soccer. Also, touching point on Graham Zusi and Benny Feilhaber, they've both kind of had their moments this season, but I think tonight we saw the most complete performance from both of them in the same match.
Certainly. Benny Feilhaber had some really positive touches on the ball. Seemed to be a little bit unlucky when trying to play the ball through the midfield. But Zusi was just an absolute beast on the wing. He beat Balkan so many times. Balkan, obviously the reserve fullback for Real Salt Lake, and they were just extremely unlucky to not really exploit that and score from it.
They definitely took advantage of the wings all night. We saw Sal Zizzo really kind of get into form in this game, beating players left and right, just as you mentioned Graham Zusi did. Also, later in the game, we saw the debut of Duvale. Your thoughts on that?
There wasn't really much to see from him, except as soon as he came on, he had a spectacular touch and a pass to Colin, who, as Vermees said in the press conference, was really confused as to what to do on the edge of the box with the ball in his possession. But he seems to be a pretty good player from, 10 minutes of him playing.
Absolutely. I thought his touch was really incredible. There's only so much you can tell from a player in 10 minutes, but I think what I saw was very impressive. He seemed like he really had a knack for the game and an understanding of where to find players on the pass.
I think Sporting could use a Spanish winger also.
I agree. But as you mentioned, Colin, actually, he was at Liberty North High School just the other day. I go to Liberty High School, of course. But I went there, fortunately, to cover it for my broadcasting program, and he actually said that it was the most nervous he's ever been when he was in front of all the kids. And he said that when he plays soccer, he's not that nervous. But tonight, he did return to the field with his center back partner, Matt Beasler. The first time that Matt Beasler, Colin, Sinovic, and Myers all started together in Major League Soccer play this season.
Yeah, they haven't missed a beat together either. Sinovic was extremely an attacking presence on the wing there, and Myers is quite the same. But as I said about Zusi exploiting the left wing, it was just incredible how him and Sinovic combined.
Absolutely. And as far as their passing, we're mentioning the midfielders. I think their chemistry going forward tonight was impeccable.
Absolutely, as it always is.
Yeah, I thought they, of course, had the high pressure, but tonight it really came together with their possession. They did a lot with their possession. They didn't just keep the ball, they really penetrated the defense of Real Salt Lake and caused a lot of troubles. Dwyer, obviously very active. Bieler came in toward the end of the match. It's just a matter of finding those goals. Sorry, it's getting a little late here in Kansas City, Kansas. However, I think that's not something to worry about too much because obviously we're creating the chances. We had this similar problem last year. Of course, we won the MLS Cup. So I'm not worried at this point, and I think we have a lot of potential in the front three, but it's just a matter of who's going to step up. Definitely.
It's impossible to understate how hard and frustrating it is to be scoring in when you have a game like this. With Dwyer had an incredible chance on the right side of the field and played the ball over to the middle with the keeper out, and the ball hits the post and you get a shot and it doesn't go in. And that sort of thing happened probably 3 different times, where this game could easily have been 1-0, 1-1, or even 3-0 in Sporting's favor.
Absolutely. It was that sort of game where it's surprising that it ended 0-0. Unlucky, especially for Sporting KC. Real Salt Lake's manager, he was very pleased coming away with the 0-0 draw, said that they weren't focused on the rematch aspect of the game, but rather getting one step closer to regaining their spot in the MLS Cup final this year.
I thought that was a mentality with both teams.
Yeah, absolutely.
Just trying to get into the thick of the season now.
Absolutely, and unfortunately Sporting Kansas City won't have the chance to rebound next week and get the win because they have a bye week. However, on the 19th of April, they return to Sporting Park against the Montreal Impact.
That'll be a great game with Marco De Vaio, but that's in 2 weeks. So Sporting will probably have a great lineup for that game, given
Absolutely.
the rest that they'll gain.
Yeah, and I expect to see some of the new faces like Dovali and Igor, who's just signed, possibly make a little bit more time in that coming game because we have a little bit of time for them to be integrated in practice and everything. But for tonight, my name is Isaac Knopf.
I'm Skylar Rolstad.
And this has been The Last Touch.